you tired of living in fear of side effects? Do you long to be free of medication? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get to the root of your problems and stop putting a Band-Aid over the symptoms. Get your copy of The Rainbow Diet, your journey to great health. Is it your life worth it?
Our nation needs love and respect. I know what it's like to be homeless. I know what it's like to be hungry. My name is President R19, and whether you know it or not, I am God's elect president of these United States of America.
You're living your life, don't know which way to go. Dry your eyes from the tears you had to let go. Understand that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Try, test it, conquer.
Welcome to Try, Tested, Conquered. I am your host, shauntamoore, and thank you for joining me yet again because, as I love to say, #here we grow. Today's guest blew my mind when I first met him, to hear his story, to see his business grind, and I promise you, his energy, oh Lord, if I could just box that up and sell it, I would be a millionaire. But definitely you want to stay tuned. Call somebody, invite somebody, because the point and the purpose of this show is to be able to give you a glimpse to someone else's trials, someone else being tested. And this platform lets you know that test, they didn't fail. In that trial, they didn't give up, because today's platform says that they are a conqueror. So today's conqueror is none other than Mr. Sir Markado himself.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Doing great. Doing better than yesterday.
Amen. Come on. I think I heard Bishop T.D. Jakes said it's great to be seen and not viewed. So welcome to Try, Tested, Conquered.
Thank you.
I told you when we first started planning, to walk in this blessed place, that I had to have you here.
Yes.
I talked about your energy and your spirit. Oh, but Lord, the journey to get you there.
Oh, absolutely.
The journey, yeah.
You said a million. I was a millionaire, a multi-millionaire. You follow my energy.
So, okay, I want you to tell our viewers,
Yes.
who is Sir Markado?
Well, I'm a God-fearing man. It took me some years to really get there, but I'm also, I'm an activist. I'm a business owner.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm a father.
Okay.
I'm a grandfather, and
Man with a whole bunch of love.
yeah, and I'm an economic evangelist.
I love that,
Yeah.
and you're gonna have to break that down for our viewers.
Yeah.
When I first saw that, I was like, all right, now with the economic evangelistic going on.
Yeah,
All right.
An author.
Okay, that's right.
Yes,
That's right.
Yeah, and I'm the heart of a hustler. Yeah.
Heart of a hustler.
That's it.
Okay. Tell me, this heart of a hustler, all of those things that you've shared, what was your childhood like? What led you to, and we're going to talk about some other detailed things, but what was your childhood like?
It's weird, just thinking about that question. I believe it was a very good childhood.
Okay.
Starting off, I believe I was like most kids, happy, energetic, really moving around, a lot of joy, 1,000 miles per hour. Innocent, ready to go get them. But it was a strict background. My mother was a thug, and
Okay.
so you had to roll with that.
Where are you from?
I'm from Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had to roll with that experience. But then I got molested at 8, and so you could go I went from like 1,000 miles per hour to down to 10 to 15, 20 miles per hour. And my mother my mother didn't pick up on it. She didn't pick up on it, and I don't blame her for it. But I believe that experience affected my childhood a little bit. But right around that time, I began to focus on economics for some reason, for numbers, commercials, shopping, watching how my mother shopped and how the monies were exchanged, and I began to practice selling stuff in my craft, and I started to create a little system. And by the time I was 10 years old, I started to use that system. And
You said something about, and definitely being a survivor of someone violating the innocence of a child. But as you were talking, I heard it plain as day. You said, around about that same time, you don't really know why or understand why, but it seemed like you dove into something greater than you.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how when we're hurting on the inside, the way to not deal with it is to stay too busy to deal with it.
Absolutely.
So sometimes things that you normally would never think about or that you would never entertain, all of a sudden you find yourself
doing it.
Yeah, so it's amazing.
And it was amazing that to even deal with economics. Why economics out of all the things that you can get into, baskaball, sports, anything.
And was it with this?
Yeah, it was.
That's
economics.
amazing to me.
And like I said, I was working on a system at that age, and found out today that system I use it till this day. I began to use it at 10.
Okay.
Like today we call it the 5 principles of international marketing.
Okay.
And back then it was just using branding, marketing, psychology, simplicity, and duplication. I understood it at 10 years old, and I began to use it. And by the time I was 11, I believe I was mastering it, and I began to do door-to-door sales. That's when I learned door-to-door sales.
Okay.
11, 12
So you've
years
been
old.
doing this where I met you, this chapter in your life, you've been doing this since
Sales. I've been
Oh wow!
doing
Oh wow!
sales stuff.
Well, definitely, we got a lot to talk about today,
Yes.
and just hearing, even talking about your childhood, something that I said on another show, pain pushes you into your purpose.
Yeah,
And
purpose
it sounds like
turns
that's
into
what we're
profits.
doing. Yeah, and your thing, purpose into profits.
Yeah.
Listen,
and
we
now
got.
I'm working on peace next.
Oh, that's a good one. We got more to come. Stay right there as we interview Mr. Sir Markado. This is Shaunta, tried, tested, conquered.
You're living your life, don't know which way to go, try your
Are you tired of living in fear of side effects? Do you long to be free of medication? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get to the root of your problems and stop putting a Band-Aid over the symptoms. Get your copy of The Rainbow Diet, your journey to great health. Is it your life worth it?
At Heavenly Body Product International, we help God's people prosper. We specialize in body oils, burning oils, and air fresheners. Buy by the pound, the gallon, drum, or barrel. That's right, black soap, and also shea butter straight from Africa. Laundry detergent, Tide and Gain types. Bath tissues. Even empty roll-on bottles for your oils. Lotion and bath and shower gel. Oil burners. That's right, go online and order, and we will ship directly to your door. Please like us on Facebook and go on YouTube and subscribe and like us as well. We're located at 2571 Park Central Boulevard in Decatur, Georgia. I'm Sir Markado with Heavenly Body Products, where we help God's people prosper.
You're living your life, don't know which way to go, dry your eyes from the tears you had to let go. Understand that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Try, test
Welcome back to the
it.
show. I'm your show host, Shaunta Moore, and we have the pleasure of interviewing Mr. Sir Markado himself. Now, when I met you, I said, Is that on your birth certificate? Because I mean, you say Sir SIR. Is that your first name? So you got to, you got to enlighten me.
Well, the thing is, I sign all the checks when I sign, because I always tell people, what's the most important part of the check? I said the lower right hand side.
Okay.
So that's where I signed Sir Markado Hagen.
I have not
my
been
credit
with you.
card says Sir Markado, so I'm sticking by
Are
it.
you sticking? I'll take that. So we were talking about your childhood and how it was in at a certain age after dealing with a unfortunate instance in your childhood
Because it really
life.
wasn't after, because it was still during. I mean, because I didn't stop getting molested until I was 13 years old. So I picked up the economics, at 8, 9 years old. They started using it at 10. So by the time I was 11, I already started to master, sales and etiquette, and morals, and all that stuff in sales. So I knew all the branding. I knew how to market. I knew the psychology of stuff. And I knew how to keep things simple.
That
and
was a trying time for you, even though you were a child. And then I just keep hearing, plain as day, God used the attraction of the economic development to preserve you while you were going through what you were going through. Because if you think about it, when we go through things, if we sit down and we meditate on those things, that's where depression sits in. That's where, headaches that you can't seem to take no medicine to get rid of sits in. Bad relationships, failed relationships, bad behavior. But when God takes and allows your spirit man, your mental, to focus on something, and it just seemed like for some reason you don't understand, why has this got my attention like this? Why is this so important? It's amazing how God used different things to take and preserve you for such a time as this. That's the way, and it's amazing. Amen. Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
No, because you said things.
Yeah.
And because it wasn't just economics.
Yeah.
And then it went into sports, and my mother took me down to the baseball field to play baseball, and I didn't want to go. I didn't want to be no part of it. I didn't want to do that. But the more the coach started throwing me the ball, and I started to play with the other kids, then baseball became an obsession.
Okay.
I mean, I started. I
Baseball.
wanted to master
I wouldn't
it.
have figured that for you.
I wanted to master it. And then I got into basketball.
Okay.
And that's when that was like the love of my life. I knew
Basketball.
I could dominate that space.
Okay.
And I didn't have to worry about. I could get. It reminded me of Michael Jackson. Once you get on that platform, everything's changed.
Ain't no turning back.
Everything changed.
Yeah.
I mean, I really took it serious, and I wanted to win all the time. So I got used to winning, games. I was winning championships, and I got obsessed. But then out of two things, I had basketball, and I had economics. By the time I was 13, I was a full-fledged
You were on fire.
Yeah.
So I believe that the tried in your life was definitely as a child. Let's talk about this tested part. Now, you are a veteran.
Yes.
You're a veteran.
I'm veteran of a lot of things.
Well, what are we talking about? I'm telling you, that is Sir Markado for you. We're talking, you're a United States veteran. And even though you were on fire and you were grinding, there were some unresolved, undealt with emotions and issues from being violated as a child. Yeah. I believe that it alters our thinking. It alters our perspective on life. And so you are a United States veteran. You get out of the military. Then what?
It's scary because it's almost like it's a little space in there that's missing, because I had actually went to college. My uncle started molesting me at like age 12, right around 11. But I ended up he ended up talking me, after he stopped molesting me, I was going to kill myself at 13, which I didn't.
That's those unresolved issues.
Once I got past not killing myself, that's when I met God. But then I went to college. The molester talked me to go to college because he stopped molesting me at 13. So he was in the family. So but he got in my ear and said, "You got to go finish education.
You know what's amazing for me, and definitely coming from where I'm from, it seemed like that was normal.
Yeah, it was. It was.
You know, so it wasn't any weight put on it. That it was wrong, that it was, violating, that it was just no weight put on it. And yet here you are as a child just navigating through it, and an dealt with issue over here, undealt with self-esteem issue over here, low, depression over here. But all you know is you just
kept going forward, and that's when he whispered in my ear, he said, "You need to go to school," and I denied him. I said, "I'm not going. I can hustle. I can sell drugs. I can work a little job, and I can stay out on the street." He said, "No, you gotta go to school. You gotta finish." So I ended up going to college, and I got out of college, and that's when I started getting on drugs, the heavy drugs, the coke, the crack, the heroin, pills, and so. But then my wife then she was pregnant, and I had to get off the street. So that's when I went into the military.
Okay.
And I said, okay, this is my escape. I can get away from this. And so I went in, and I realized even then they stationed me close to Boston. Mm-hmm. So it was like they just dropped me right into the lion's den. I was right there. I was only 45 minutes away from the street. So I seemed like I did more drugs in the military and drinking in the military than I did outside the military. And so I ended up doing about a year, about 13 months. They ended up kicking me out of the military.
And all of these unresolved issues led to this spiraling.
Yeah.
Stay tuned right there. We're going to come back with more from Sir Markado. You got a story, young man.
Hey.
Stay tuned.
You're living your life, don't know which way to go. Dry your eyes from the tears you had to lay.
Young man.
I'm old enough for your grandfather.
No, you're not.
Are you tired of living in fear of side effects? Do you long to be free of medication? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get to the root of your problems and stop putting a Band-Aid over the symptoms. Get your copy of the Rainbow Diet, your journey to great health. Isn't your life worth it?
Our nation needs love and respect. I know what it's like to be homeless. I know what it's like to be hungry. My name is President R19, and whether you know it or not, I am God's elect president of these United States of America.
Can't you see it in the air?
What are you doing? No, bring the baby. No.
It's all
No, don't you take nothing. What are you doing? No, don't take this.
no more room for this.
Welcome back to the show. This is Shauntamoore, your host for the day, and we're sitting here with the awesome Mr. Sir Markado. And if you just stay tuned, you'll see just how awesome he really is. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
You are welcome. I called you young man at the end of the last segment.
Yeah.
Yes. Listen, we're only as old as we feel, and all of that energy you got.
I don't feel young.
Exactly.
I'm like 12 then.
So we were talking about you let me know that there was a time where you actually enrolled in college, and it seemed maybe you didn't know that you were spiraling because of some undealt with issues years prior, but you started recreationally using drugs.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Why do you think that you made that choice? What was?
I mean,
because I know that it was your test.
Well, it was test, but it's just the way it is every generation since mankind. It's peer pressure. Mm-hmm. You're around certain people, and things happen, and you feel like in the other spaces is that all my family were drug addicts, drug users, alcoholics.
Generational curse.
So I was in it to win. I mean, we was drinking since we was babies, 2, 3 years
Generational
old.
curse. Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
I mean, it was nothing.
But it was normal for you.
Yes,
It was normal for you. Isn't it amazing how what's normal or what appears to be normal to us is the one thing that sets us up?
Yes, it sets us up.
You know, and when you hear or mention some generational curses, people are like, "Oh, you saying my family is curseless?" First of all, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Second of all, if you keep repeating this cycle and nobody is getting past this, nobody sees something wrong with the wrong that is going on, then it is indeed a generational curse. But it seemed like you kept moving to try to escape it.
I did, and then when I went into the military, and that didn't work out in my advantage, then reality really set in, because now I'm out of the military and now it's me against the streets, you know, and trying to balance, you know, family life and the street life. It was very, very difficult, because everything around me was getting high, everything about me, smoking, drinking, but I always had something that my brothers and my sisters and my little cousins and everybody didn't have, and I had the spirit of entrepreneur.
Okay.
So they didn't have that.
Okay.
You know, so it set me apart from them. You know, and it allowed me to stay in that lifestyle longer than I really wanted to.
Gotcha.
Because I knew how to hustle.
Gotcha.
You know, so I wasn't just a consumer. I was also.
I gotcha.
I was also the president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were out of the military.
Yeah.
Life is happening. We're
Yes.
having to cope. We're having to deal.
Come on.
So let's talk about this journey of drug abuse.
Yes.
How long was that for you?
It was a 8-year run. I was smoking weed when I was my first puff was at 10, and then 12 it was like a daily routine for a lot of years, because I ended up quitting around 32, 33 years old.
Okay.
So, but the cocaine and the crack and the heroin, all that stuff came around 24 years old.
So still young.
Yeah, still young. And then that took me out for an 8-year run. And then I at that time, near the end, it was, believe it or not, I had custody of my 2 sons. And that's when one day I just looked at them playing. They were in front of me, and I just quit, just like that. One day I quit doing the hard drugs. Then the next day I stopped drinking, and then I stopped smoking cigarettes. Then I stopped smoking weed. That was the last thing I put down. But it was every day I put one thing down. And so now you're looking at over 27-something years now. I'm being
I
clean.
applaud you.
Yeah, being clean.
Number one, we had to get to the point where we wanted different, and that we chose different.
But coming off of it,
I got you.
it
I'm
was
pretty
like,
sure it was not
whoa.
easy. Right.
It was like,
right.
wait a minute, what are we gonna do now? And you know, and now knowing that everything that I do has a spiritual
Right.
connotation to it.
Right.
So it's like, well, do what you do best. Do what I trained you to do. What
I've been
I
grooming
blessed
you to do for all these years.
And 9 months later, I bought 24 religious T-shirts and never looked back and I'm still haven't looked back.
There's that economics. So you went and bought 24 T-shirts, and what did you do with it?
I went out on the corner of McAfee and Keller Road in Decatur, Georgia, and I started to sell to the people, the cars going by.
So your actual selling, even though you have been hustling and grinding for a minute, this is because we're journeying to who and where and why, how you are right now. So T-shirts led to this
Dynasty.
That's a good word for it. That's a good word for it. Listen, we're going to get to know a little bit more about Sir and this dynasty, because it's amazing. This dynasty is birthing businesses around the world.
Absolutely, and it's that dynasty mindset first.
So don't you go anywhere, because you know what? This may be the answer to a question that you have today. How can I get into business for myself? Stay tuned. This is shauntamoore. Tried, tested, conquered.
Don't know which way to go. Dry your eyes from the tears you had to let go. Understand that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Try, test it, conquer.
Are you tired of living in fear of side effects? Do you long to be free of medication? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get to the root of your problems and stop putting a Band-Aid over the symptoms. Get your copy of the Rainbow Diet, your journey to great health. Isn't your life worth it?
Our nation needs love and respect. I know what it's like to be homeless. I know what it's like to be hungry. My name is President R19, and whether you know it or not, I am God's elect president of these United States of Our nation needs love and respect. I know what it's like to be homeless. I know what it's like to be hungry. My name is President R19, and whether you know it or not, I am God's elect president of these United States of America.
Are you tired of living in fear of side effects? Do you long to be free of medication? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get to the root of your problems and stop putting a Band-Aid over the symptoms. Get your copy of the Rainbow Diet, your journey to great health. Isn't your life worth it?
You're living your life, don't know which way to go. Dry your eyes from the tears you had to let go. Understand that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Try, test it, conquer.
Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Shaunta Moore, and we are sitting here with Mr. Sir Markado. And that name, you can't forget that name. You know, it's amazing. You can't forget it. It's like Mark or what? But it is a signature. You know, even if you can't pronounce the name because of the name, you can't forget the face.
Right.
You know, so it's funny like that. It's like, okay, we're gonna tag you rememberable.
Yeah,
we're gonna tag you to where nobody forgets, you know. So not forgetting you means we can't forget your journey. We were talking about when you went through some things as a child. You had a journey with abusing drugs as a young adult, and just God gave you an aha moment, and it's amazing how He took you back.
Absolutely.
Really to where you actually lost it. He allowed you to focus on the innocence in your children.
Yes.
That needed you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that in itself said, okay, wake up.
Yeah.
We got to do something different.
Me.
Right. We got to do something different. And so, all right. So the heart of a hustler.
Yeah.
So we go get these T-shirts.
Yeah. I went. One day I woke up and I realized, God was saying to me, religious T-shirts. I'm like, I done sold everything from crack cocaine to life insurance.
Okay.
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 I said, religious T-shirts. And I said, well, let's go to work. And so I asked my aunt, I was staying with my aunt, I was fresh off drugs, came down to Atlanta from Boston, and I asked my aunt, I said, do you know someone that prints T-shirts? And she said, yes. She gave me the number. Called the guy, and the rest was history. I started selling those T-shirts on the corner, and I just saw. I kept selling. Sometimes I did events, and before I knew it, I just outgrew her home. She said, "You gotta go." So, so that's when I really realized that I can do this on a greater scale. And so then I finally eventually got into socks. I don't even know how many dozens of socks over my lifetime. Socks. Then I got into the oil business, and that's when I seen somebody selling a roll-on the street, and I was like, people will pay you $5 for that little thing right there, about the size of my finger. $5? I said, I got to get into that. I said, that's the closest thing to drugs that I could think of. I was like, Lord, I said, I can do this. So he ended up telling me where I could get some, and I just outgrew him. He didn't. He said, "How did you do that?" So eventually, I got married again, and not knowing myself through that whole process, and still trying to figure out how to deal with people, because I was celibate at that time, and I decided to get married, and it just didn't work out. I mean, it was just too many things still going on in my mind. And that's when, that's when I built the dynasty. Right there. I went into my first store, a 700 square foot building, and I stayed there for 3.5 years. I had just had so much product in there, I just had to get out of there.
You said something. I want to put a pin right there. You said something, and it is really powerful. And we touched on it earlier in the show. The marriage didn't work because you still had so much going on in your mind. So to not have to deal with all of that going on in your mind, you dove into something greater than you. And it seems like that is your cycle.
Yeah.
You know, things are going, and it's amazing how God does that. He gives us, you know, this thing, this hunger.
For the ones that love the Lord.
Right. There you go, because you got to be connected.
Everybody goes through stuff.
Hey, you know, we say heart of a hustler.
Yeah, man.
You know, it ain't really about the sources. It's about, it's not about the resources. It's about the source. You know, so being connected to the source. It's like he just keeps preserving you.
Yeah, well, you're going to see in a second when you said they're preserving.
It's amazing because he just keeps, you know, that's a cycle. As we've been talking, I hear something dramatic happened over here, and I shifted and I dove into this. Yeah. Something dramatic happened over here, and I shifted and I dove into this.
Shift on
you know, I know it, but that's the preserving you on this journey.
Absolutely, and I'm going to show you how that shift took place, because when that did not work out, and I really started to get heavy, that's when like I said, went into that 700 square foot. I moved out of there. I blew the doors off that. Went into a warehouse over there on Park Central. But that experience at that warehouse, I grew, and I blew the doors off of that one. 3,200 square feet, and moved into the 10,000 square foot building that I'm in now. And then I got that thing full to the rafters with products. So, you know, but I had got married again for the third time, and still not knowing myself. I built the fortune between 2 and 3.
But do you see it?
But then it happened to me again. I started still growing. I've been married 5 times.
And each time you divorce, God shifts you into another realm.
And now I'm more ready now ever before. I got me some counseling.
I was about to go there.
Yeah, so the counseling got me. Now I know more who I am, and I'm not ready to marry again, but by no means. But
you not say it like that.
Yeah, but I'm not.
I get what you're saying, though.
You know, I'm still loving on me.
Yeah.
And that's
also important.
The transformation. And because of my love, and because of me getting to know myself, and especially after that last divorce, you know, it put me in a position now I met my daughter after 30 years.
Yeah.
I didn't know she even existed.
That's right. That was just recently.
That's just recently. It was the last 30 days. So.
Yeah. Listen, I just to be able to pick up on that cycle, we all have a cycle, you know. God is preserving you in your cycle. Don't you go anywhere. This is getting gooder by the minute. This is shauntamoore. I'll see you in a minute.
Don't know which way to go.
At Heavenly Body Product International, we help God's people prosper. We specialize in body oils, burning oils, and air fresheners. Buy by the pound, the gallon, drum, or barrel. That's right, black soap, and also shea butter straight from Africa. Laundry detergent, Tide and Gain types. Bath tissues. Even empty roll-on bottles for your oils. Lotion and bath and shower gel. Oil burners. That's right, go online and order, and we will ship directly to your door. Please like us on Facebook and go on YouTube and subscribe and like us as well. We're located at 2571 Park Central Boulevard in Decatur, Georgia. I'm Sir Markado with Heavenly Body Products, where we help God's people prosper.
You're living your life. Don't know which way to go.
Welcome back to the show. Welcome back. We are sitting here with Sir Markado, and I don't know about you, but his story is one of inspiring, because even though there's so many waves and so many hurdles, the point is that he keeps moving, and him keeping moving keeps landing him in a how you say, next level blessed place. So welcome back to the show, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And I want to say, you've been transparent, and thank you for sharing with us,
More
because
than
I
welcome.
do believe that we grow best together.
Yeah, it's about helping God's people
Yes,
right now. Because
yes.
what good is it if nobody's going to get blessed from it?
Right. So we were talking about your business, the 10,000 square foot business that you have right now.
Yes.
Go a little bit more into depth as to what that business does and what it's providing, because it has opened up a lot of doors.
It has. Once I was selling wholesale from day one when I was on the corner of McAfee and Cannon Road, because I knew the concept of buying low and selling high, buying low, selling high. And but I knew that if I wanted to go fast, I could go there. I can do that by myself. But if I wanted to go far, I needed to take people with me.
With you. That's
Okay,
right.
so
That's right.
they help carry the load.
That's right.
So that's why I'm a master distributor. I got into the body oils, the burning oils, air freshener, shea butter, black soap. I basically got into all the things that women love and need. And I knew if I touched the women, that I would never be broke. Even though through all my trials and tribulations with the company, I almost lost everything. So I know what it's like to be way up here and to be way down here.
Amen.
And I'm
Amen.
smart enough to get it right back up.
Get back up. Amen.
And I know
Amen.
that's what's happening in my life right now. That Heavenly Body Products, we're located in Decatur, 2571 Park Central Boulevard. But people are able to come in, take a tour, and as you know, I do other things like network mixers on every Monday night, and I do that and put people on the air for free. I don't charge them anything because I know that thing, the heavy lifting, we can do it together. If I bless someone else, I'm gonna get everything I need.
That's right.
I don't worry. I'm not really worried about.
That's right.
Me. I get money, so I'm not worried about money. It's about my salvation. It's about my legacy now. I'm living on my legacy. I'm almost 60 years old, so I don't have that much. I got 40 more years to get this thing.
Amen. Come on and claim that 100. Amen.
That's 100. Yeah, 100 plus. And so I know I got to do it. So that's why, I focus on the youth, but I really put a lot of energy into the young adults, especially women that have children, because women are the ones that really carry the heavy load when it comes to our children. Yeah. So I just letting women know that's out there, to just stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And know that there's somebody out here in the world that teaches grassroots economics. That's why I wrote that book, Economic Evangelism, a bold new movement for financial improvement. It's bridging the church, bridging the business community, as well as the grassroots economy. And so once I get into that church, and so I've been tapping into the churches, I deal with the business owners inside that church that's going to deal with the community around that church.
That's good. I heard somebody, I think it was Bishop T.D. Jakes, said on one of his sermons that, like you were just talking about, being able to plant seeds different places, help people, and embrace, because we feel like church and the marketplace has to be separated. The crazy thing is, I can be a minister of the gospel. We know I sing. And so praise team, praise worship, I'll be there all day long. Okay, but then when it shifted over into me becoming an artist, there was it's like it was split down the middle.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Don't support this.
Today I need you to sing praise and worship. Yeah. Okay, well now we need shauntamoore, the artist. I'm one and the same.
Right.
But here's the thing. Everything has a business foundation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even
the church.
I heard Willie Moore Jr. say, salvation is free, but ministry costs.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah.
God will bless and open doors. Even with this show, He'll open doors and segue, but there are different things in the marketplace that needs to be handled, that needs to be taken care of. So when you say it that way and just understanding, bridging the gap between the church and the marketplace, that is huge.
It's huge. And
that is huge.
You see, the one thing I really want your viewers to understand is that if you're even thinking about getting rich, or even thinking about getting wealthy, there's one major element that we have to teach our youth and young adults. We got to get it in them well. You have to study rich and wealthy people. You have to find out what they did, so you can get to copy what they did. This is a copycat society. Nobody really has anything proprietary. You might tweak it a little bit where it looks like it's your own, but there's somebody all around you
that did a little bit of that.
They're doing the same thing.
Right.
So that's why I wrote the book. I'm writing that book about the life and times of Sir Markado, so you're able to be a part of how I really did this thing.
Listen, you have blessed us today. We talked about the being trying that took place as a child, the test of falling victim to your feelings and your emotions because of what took place as a child. But now as an adult, you made the conscious decision to do better, be better, live better, and to take others with you.
That's it.
And for that, I say thank you.
You're more than welcome.
Thank you so very much for joining us today. Listen, this is not the last time you will see this man right here on this show, because even me, Lord, he's helped even me.
Oh, absolutely.
Stay tuned right there. We'll be right back for our nugget.
You're living your life, don't know which way to go. Dry your eyes from the tears you had to.
At Heavenly Body Product International, we help God's people prosper. We specialize in body oils, burning oils, and air fresheners. Buy by the pound, the gallon, drum, or barrel. That's right, black soap, and also shea butter straight from Africa. Laundry detergent, Tide and Gain types. Bath tissues. Even empty roll-on bottles for your oils. Lotion and bath and shower gel. Oil burners. That's right, go online and order, and we will ship directly to your door. Please like us on Facebook and go on YouTube and subscribe and like us as well. We're located at 2571 Park Central Boulevard in Decatur, Georgia. I'm Sir Markado with Heavenly Body Products, where we help God's people prosper.
You're living your life, don't know which way to go.
This show has been good. It has been good for me. I pray that it has been good for you. And sir, I will have you back again. And I thank you for coming and being a blessing to the people, because if no one can get delivered through your testimony today, good God Almighty, just go pinch yourself, scratch yourself, make sure we got a pulse. Because at the end of the day, don't kill yourself. We just need to make sure that we got a pulse. Because at the end of the day, that's what this is for. You have so many people that are suffering in silence. Yes. Because of what somebody else may think, or how someone else may look at their story. Or to be honest with you, that's the problem. People think that they know your story, but nobody has had to walk through your story but you. All of those that are not you are standing on the outside looking in. So I say to you, understand, just like Sir has done, because here's the thing, he didn't do it in his own power, but that he was in control of, he kept moving.
There you go.
And so that is the key thing. Refuse to die where you feel is your desolate place today. Keep going, because as you're going, you are growing to your best blessed place. So I thank you for being here with us today. I thank you for being transparent and sharing, because there's a young man that was looking at you.
Yes. And when you master community service, you will master customer service.
That's good. That's good. I want you to just give them about 60 seconds of how they could join this movement. You're birthing entrepreneurs and business. Talk about that opportunity as we get ready to end the show here.
Well, it's very simple. They can just call my warehouse at 404-286-6700 Monday through Friday. I have a staff that's standing by and they'll be glad to take your messages. Go on Facebook and pull up Sir Markado, because Sir Markado Hagens is almost filled. I got 5,000 views.
Amen.
But just go on my public servant page, which is Sir Markado, and also come on by the warehouse, take a tour.
No, but what if they're out of state? Because you do a lot of shipping.
It is all, I ship nationwide and some over the world too. But you can still take the tour by going on YouTube and pull up Heavenly Body Products, and it's a virtual tour. So they'll be able to see where the dollars is being spent, and how we help young.
So it sounds like we need to let you know, you've been wanting to get into business, and you really didn't know how. Yep. You didn't really know, where to start. What'd you say?
$99 or more.
Best $99 that you'll ever spend. And here's the thing, the $99 that it costs, that is your move that you got to make to take and create a new life for you.
Yes, sir.
So tried, tested, conquered. This gentleman has been tried. He has been tested.
Yes.
And here he sits as the economic evangelist, with the heart of a hustler.
There you go.
Owning Heavenly Body Products,
where we help God's people prosper.
High five it. I love it. So with that being said, hey, you've been given what you need. The next move is on you. I thank you for joining me today. Yes. I pray that this show has been a blessing to you. Yes, I pray that you feel the shift that is taking place. Yes, don't ignore it because it seems unfamiliar. Yes. One of the key problems is you're too comfortable.
Yes.
It's time to move. And when you move out of your comfort zone, now you're testing yourself to lead to you too being a conqueror.
Yes.
This is Shaunta Moore, and I thank you so very much. And until we meet again, go be blessed on purpose, be purposed on purpose.
Yes.
This is Shaunta Moore. Try it, test it, conquer. God bless you.
You're living your life, don't know which way to go. Dry your eyes from the tears you had to let go. Understand. Can't you see it in the air?
What are you doing? No, bring it back. No. No.
It's all
No, don't you take nothing. No, don't take this.
No more room
Where you
for
going?
despair. See through the morally clay. Oh, God found you. At times it seems like there's no way out, but thanking you, Jesus, for your endless light. Oh, I'm favored. Take a good look at my life. See, God is able to turn death into life. I thought it was over, but look at me now. I finally realized. I finally realized. Oh yes, I got favor.
So I'm looking into this calendar.
All right, now look, y'all gonna have to let me know. I done lost a little weight. This dress be doing this little thing here. I'm trying to sit still, but I don't want them to be like, and this a gospel show? All her boobies out like that?
Told myself, look at you. This has to be the end. So many disappointments. It's all I see. But when I look in the mirror, I see God looking at me. Oh, I'm favored. Take a good look at my life. See, God is able to turn death into life. I thought it was over. Look at me now. I finally realized. Oh yes, I'm favored. 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 Oh, I'm favored. Please take a good look at my life. See, God is able to turn that into life.
Or you can take your hair and hide
See, I
that.
thought it was the world, Lord. Oh, look at me now. Finally realized. Finally realized. Oh,
So you will make this picture now. This picture I just gave you.
I'm favored. I'm favored. I'm favored. Oh, thank you, Lord. I'm favored. I'm favored. See, I'm favored. I'm favored.
Yeah, this is a J-Mac production. And we come to hype this one up right now. Yeah. If you're feeling this one in your car right now, turn the radio up. And we come to let you know, never throw in the towel, don't quit.
Said I wouldn't make it, said I'd be right back around that cycle again. Said I couldn't take it, said I would break under pressure, just give up and give in. For me to hold my head down, don't speak, don't think, just do what you say. Saying that you love me, but now I know you really want me to go away. But that's not how God created me to be. I'm a conqueror and I have victory. Back to the end, keep on believing, I keep myself learning. Hold to the promise, keep my eyes on the prize. Speak what God told me, I believe what God said to me. Never give up, no. You took advantage of me, prostitute my gift for your unfortunate fame. Said you would support me, but only pushed those things that were attached to your name. So focused on the gift that you can't see the true treasure inside of me. So busy trying to hold me, you need to stop your control.